We are live. All right, we are. Hey, what's up, Bellator Nation? Jenn Brown here, and joining me on this very special quarantine broadcast, I've got our featherweight champ, Cris Cyborg. How you doing, champ? Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, my pleasure. Thank you so much. I'm doing good. I'm doing home and doing my best I can.
Before we get into that, because I do want to ask you kind of, how you've been since we last saw each other back in January. But I want to tell you a quick little story because it's actually something that I don't think I've ever told you. But you are a huge part of my MMA career and why I cover the sport. And I don't think you know this, but like back in 2009, when I was working for Showtime covering Inside the NFL, they came to me and asked me if I would be interested in covering MMA. And I said, I don't know much about MMA. And they said, well, why don't you come to a fight and see what you think? And so they brought me, it was cage side. I had, great seats. It was back when you fought Hitomi Akano in 2009. And now I had
Right.
never seen a fight. It was my first fight ever. And I remember the executive jock from Showtime was sitting next to me or a couple seats away. And he kept on being like, are you okay? What do you think? And I was watching you fight and it was incredible. And I was like, I love this. This is
Nice.
incredible. So
Nice.
anyway, I just, want to say thank you because it's just, it's been really neat to have it come full circle, having you now back here, with Bellator and Scott Coker. And, just wanted to share that with you that you were a big part of my MMA, career. And so thank you for that.
Welcome. Nice. That fight is crazy fight. Yes.
It
Have
was.
hard time, make weight, but it's crazy fight, good fight. And a nice one to have a girls too, help for our community to be together and very cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was
Nice.
really cool. Of course, and I got to cover you winning the title there with Cyborg, or with
Yes.
over Gina Carano, excuse me. So,
Yes.
all right, so let's talk about, so many things have changed since I last saw you back in January when you won your Grand Slam, and
Yes.
congratulations again for that. But, we wanted to kind of talk to fighters yourself, and kind of, this is a very different world that we're living in right now, and everybody is confined to their homes. And so, I just thought it was interesting to kind of talk to our fighters to see how they're handling it. So, let's start with that quarantine life. I mean, what has it been like for you, since you kind of had to isolate and kind of not be around people?
The first thing always in my life, I like to work like when I have something bad thing happen, I have to see what's the good side is.
Sure.
You know, the one thing, okay, it's very hard to be home. I'm very active person. I like to run to the streets. I like to train every day, and then now I have to be very different. But I try to be a good part, to stay home with my family. My mom
Mhm.
is here with me, and we cook together, we lunch together, we pray together. I spend time more with my daughter. Read, talk. We train jiu-jitsu together. Put the family more together. Some people have very hard struggling, stress, have to work, and I try to organize out my closet. Something I will always let it for later. Try find the way for keep busy. I don't watch TV usually. I don't like to watch TV. I read, and I like to read. Read a lot. I stay with my family, and I try find the way. And I start doing my YouTube channel with the
Mhm.
training. Then I sit down and start making my schedule training. I try to keep my mind busy. Training for me, I'm just do some fitness inside the house. Something I can do inside the house. I'm not running the street anymore because I was running, but I don't want to be example for everyone running the streets because you go by yourself, but then you call your friend and you're not gonna follow the rules. And then I say, I'm gonna be home, do fitness at home, the jump rope, and do something we can do at the house.
Well, it's funny, going back to you talking about like having that time, getting to spend with your family, because it is nice to look at it that way. And I've talked to a lot of people, and that's kind of the sentiment that I've heard from everybody. Sentiment is that, it's really nice to have this time where it seems like, hopefully people are putting their devices away or they're not really focused on work and they can really spend that good quality time, like you said, with family. But you did touch on training, and that, I mean, that's what I wanted to really kind of get an understanding, because obviously it's so different. And so I know you said that you can kind of go for a run, and I know that you're doing those training sessions on Thursday mornings streamed on YouTube with your daughter Gabby. But what has been the most difficult part in that training aspect for you, in being in the quarantine situation?
For real, for have a camp, in this
Hmm.
time is very difficult,
Yeah.
because you can you know possible train jiu-jitsu, or if people live with you, have to train the people already who have 24 hours with you, you know, like we cannot go meeting the training, be together if all the people train together, because then say you have to be 6 feet. How's gonna train 6 feet with someone? Jiu-jitsu is very difficult. And for be able to make one camp for the fight now, it's very hard. You're gonna have to take risk. You're gonna have to train it. You're gonna back home. You're gonna have to do this now, or not back home. Just doing the camp and be people gonna train you. This is the only option you can do. But for me, I cannot be able to train in camp now. Usually I do my camp in South Africa, and then not able to fly. And do here have to stay everybody together, but you cannot take risk your family training back and forth, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's yeah, you can't practice jujitsu 6 feet away, as you said. But you talked about looking at the silver lining of things. Has it allowed you maybe to focus more maybe on the mental side of preparation of the sport and that aspect, and whatever kind of mental training that you would maybe do in a camp?
Yes, I'm trained. I like to read a lot. You know, something I like to read. I like to learn, and I'm training some. Just teach my daughter some stuff too, because she's out to school too. You know, she's doing school at home, and then have long time, and then I try. I watch some fighting for her. She's training jiu-jitsu, and then sometimes she's getting frustrated, and funny because she said, "Ah, Chris, because you never lose, you always win." Say, no, I have lost my career. I have hard times in my career. I always have hard time. And then I start to see this, because, and then I start to sit down for her. I show my Muay Thai fight with Jolina Bars. And I say, I have a hard time too, but you had to keep going, like, and it's nice this moment, because you start to learn more. And then if you're able to be together, it's nice. I'm very thankful, because I fought before all the things happened,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
then they help me to be more with my family, not too much stress about. Of course I stress about because of the fight. I want to finish a lot, stop this soon, but we have to still follow the rules, and make the right thing.
Now, you said you been doing some cooking with your mom. Do you like to cook? And what's your favorite thing? What's your favorite thing to cook?
Hi, I like to do. I love rice beans, because Brazil love rice beans,
Hmm.
and usually my mom doing bread, babe, cake. We make pastel, Brazilian pastel. Every day we do something nice. My mom usually don't cook every day, like she's working in Brazil, but now she's very frustrated too. And then we start to say, spending time together, stay a long time, stay on my knees, me and I always stay in the barbecue, put the meat there, and doing something like this, and work on. And I started gardening too. Now I make some plants, and yeah, it's nice, because we learning how to plant, how to put the seed inside the paper and put the water. We learn everything.
I love it. I think hopefully what'll come out of this quarantine for most people is kind of, getting back to being, family time, self-sufficient, growing your own food, I think is a great idea. And
Yes, yes.
so it's neat to have those opportunities to spend that time with the family. I know that you got to participate in the fundraiser, the Live Aid had over like 130,000 viewers. I think it went on for 12 hours. Why was it so important for you to be a part of that? And what did that mean to you?
I always like to help the community. I always do before my fights, after my fights. I like to do always something for help. I feel like you have to bless your share, and when you have blessed, share your bless. This is the easy part. I always support all my fans. I'm doing already workout. No gonna change my life, do anything extra. But I know I can. The little thing I'm gonna do can change a lot of lives. And it's very nice. Then they did this for raise money for help people, and for me it's my pleasure. I'm always willing to do this.
Now, I know you've had a lot of philanthropic causes that you've worked with. I know you also, before school got out, got to go read. I saw the video. You got to go read at an elementary school for the Read Across America. Was it Shel
Yes.
Silverstein's The Giving Tree book? What was that like for you to kind of get to, be with kids and have your belts there? And really, it was great seeing them, cheer your name. It was really special, it seemed.
Yes, for me it's very special. I was nervous, because I was never read English for anybody, and then I study, and then I say, let's go read. But because you have to react with them, you not just read it for yourself. You have to read. And then I was very nervous, but all the kids there have maybe the same struggle I have. First language is no English. It's Portuguese, Spanish, and another language, and they have a lot of Asian people over there too. And then have the same struggle, and then they help me, then they help when I know some more, then help me doing. And then it's very nice. I really enjoy the shared my experience with them. We have struggle, everybody does, but we have to overcome everyone. It's gonna be hard, yes, but we have to be strong for pass through this. And over there, just be example for them. You can have success, and it doesn't matter, if you have struggle now. And this is just to be example for them. For me, change. I change my day. I really enjoy. I don't think just change their lives, but change mine too. And I want to do more times this. And a lot of people there. The girl work in the lunch place, like make cookie for the kids. She's email us, and she's think I was never gonna answer. And then my team find it and send to me, Cris, look at this, the lady, your fan, she want to go to her school and read. Then I really like to give the love back to my fans, and I have a nice experience over there.
I think, it's wonderful to see someone like yourself, a fighter who's accomplished so much, but also so humble, and recognize the importance of telling that journey, telling that story, telling
Yeah.
your struggles. It's never easy. And it's so great because obviously, like you said, there's kids out there that certainly can identify with things that everybody goes through. And it's really great to be able to give them that opportunity to identify with someone and see someone have success and know that they can too have it if they want. So I applaud you for that. So I want to kind of go back to the pandemic and just how it's been affecting the whole sport, of mixed martial arts. And, we've been seeing in the news, other organizations have been kind of, forefront of some stories. And, but, Bellator made the decision to cancel our show back, Bellator 241 back in Connecticut. What did you think about that when you heard that the decision was made to cancel it, and just kind of how that was handled?
I really happy working with Bellator. Happy, if when they cancel, then we have to start. We have to follow the rules. If we have to do for healthy for us, not just for the people watch, but the fighters too. And the good thing then pay everyone. Because
Yeah.
everybody work hard for the fighting. This is surprise everyone. Not just to surprise the fighter or surprise everyone, the fighters, the event, and it's I hurts everyone, hurts
Yeah.
everyone. But we think about the others too. I like how they pay everyone getting money, and of course everybody said because they do like to fight. But they have to continue follow the rules and the wait for see the opportunity. And I don't think you're right now this moment force fighters training for have a fight, because you cannot have it, you cannot be safe doing this, like
Mhm.
you cannot make one camp to be personal around you. You need the people training with you. And yeah, but I like how Bellator handle it, how then think about the others.
Yeah, you've been vocal about, what went into your decision to come over to Bellator when you were a free agent, and how Scott Coker and the organization really takes care of fighters, as you just mentioned, paying the fighters. Do you think, what kind of message do you think that sends to the fighters? And in terms of just maybe how, an organization could be more looked at like a business partner, rather than like an employee, an employer relationship, but more of like a partner. And what kind of, you know, how do you think the fighters take that, especially ones that would be maybe like yourself that are in free agency?
I think in my career, I ever a lot of people say, she's complaining a lot, she's saying a lot. I like to make the difference. And I like when I have my division, the FC, I make everything for happen, and you made it. And I think in the position, I have the good situation with FC, but I choose go to another event. I choose wait my contract finish. Dana White don't fire me. Dana White want to stay there. And then he played the game for me getting mad and sign any deal he sent to me. I say, no, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see what value I have. I see all the option I have, and I want to be happy, and I see the options I have. I have a lot of options. People think people are gonna say you don't have any option, But you're gonna have a lot of options. But if you don't see the options, you're not gonna never know. And the work with Bellator, I feel like I feel motivated. I feel I had a partner. It's no somebody boss me. I respect Scotty. We sit down. He talk to me. We have a plan. Like same he do all the fighters. Because when I was there, he treat every fight the same way. It's not just who are the start with the beginner. No, everyone. And he's doing this long time. And then he just respect the fighter. He knows then he need the fighter for the event have success.
Mhm.
And this is the nice thing. And they have more freedom. When you're gonna fight, you can choose what clothes you're gonna use. They're not gonna force you put one sponsor. And they pay little
Mhm.
money for you, even a lot of money for the event. And then I feel like you show your style for your fans. It's more fun, you know. And I choose be happy. I choose to work happy because before I was feel no happy. I all the time fighting the media, fighting the guy, have to go to the media because don't can between us don't have words, don't follow the rules, and then I choose to be happy. And now I'm
I could
happy,
tell.
excited, and then always I think about like when have bad situation happen, I was gonna come into new good thing. And the same thing about the virus, I think gonna come in nice thing after. People gonna realize a lot of things before they didn't see. They are well blind, but now home with her family, you're gonna give value a lot of things, good things in their life. And that's it. I'm really happy, and I think my fans can see that.
You gotta, I mean, it's a cliche and it's people say it all the time, but you gotta love where you work, right? So,
Yes, yes.
and we're happy that you're happy.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about cross promotions because I know, Bellator. We've been doing some of that, and I know I read an article just recently. You did an interview talking about maybe boxing for
Yes.
you on your horizon. So, what do you think about the ability to have these opportunities with cross promotion and what Bellator's kind of been like, kind of leading the way in that? And do fighters like that?
I really like to compete on other different things. Like I did Muay Thai, I did wrestling, I did Jiu-Jitsu. I never have the opportunity boxing,
Mhm.
and I hold the four titles, the most important in MMA. And then I never have the opportunity boxing fight, and they say, now is the time. If I would
Mhm.
like to hold on title from boxing, and if he, I know when I signed with Scott, he's know about the dream I have, and I told him. And then he said, I'm able to do because with Scott, with contract, we can do another things. And I told him I'd like to fight on boxing, and then he's agree. My manager agree. I think it's gonna be nice. It's something different, and my fans always follow me where I'm going, and for sure, my fans are gonna be excited. Be one just a strike fight, like boxing fight. I think my fans are gonna be really happy, and I'm gonna do something different too.
It's fun to go out and challenge yourself and step into, something you've never done. I think it would be exciting to watch you in a boxing match. So I hope that that works out, and I'll be definitely tuning in. Might there be like even a wrestling, professional wrestling? I saw you tweet congratulations to Becky Lynch the other day, throwing a little shade at Rousey and Shayna Baszler. So is there maybe like a WWE, aspirations in the tank there somewhere?
Next year gonna be WrestleMania here in the LA, and then
Hmm.
maybe I have the opportunity to be that, doing this together. I think it's nice. I think my fans love wrestling. They love to watch it. Imagine Cyber Nation go watching me fighting there with them, and I watch it, and it's very fun, and my fans like, and why not? I like challenges. I like challenges, and I think if I have the opportunity, why not? And let's see. I like the news opportunity I can do, and this my
Hmm.
new content really help me. And this is a work partner. I'm a computer and other thing. You're gonna help the promoter behind me and with me. For be better.
Well, speaking of challenges, because you said you like challenges, you've always been very vocal about wanting a rematch with the man Nunes, and I know that it's something I think the fans would want to see as well, of course. And so, is that something that you think could be a possibility?
Before I signed the deal, I say, Scott, okay, Do you think if it's something happen, I can do this fight, do one fight against Amanda Nunes? I hold the Bellator title, she's hold her title. And he said, yes, Cris, I did this before. I don't have any problem. He's sending people to Japan to fight. But other side have to agree.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be good because when I was at UFC, I was not having the opportunity. I asked for rematch. Amanda don't want to give the rematch. They don't want to give the rematch. And I say, maybe future I can have the rematch, and but I want to choose to be happy now, and then when the future show up for me, and Scott say yes, I'm able. If you don't know what would like to do this, it's gonna be amazing. You can see the real world champion, like the boxing style. We
Yeah.
can cross champion in the world.
Yeah, it would make
Yes.
sense. I think it would be exciting and something everybody would tune in for sure. I'm going to let you go in a couple more minutes, but before we go, I just want to talk about Bellator. And I know you just had your fight in January at the end there, and there's talk about who you could be fighting next. Do you have any insight on who you might face next, or is there anyone that you want to fight?
I hear Scott before after my fight. He said maybe he would like to watch the fight against Arlene Blanco, but I always work with what Scott Cook think is good for them for make the fight. Work to my manager, and I just have to prepare and be ready for my next fight. And I hope this is gonna be soon. And keep training, work hard.
Okay, before you go, then I know you do I would say again, every Thursday, right at 10 a.m., you live stream on YouTube workouts
Yes.
with your daughter, Gabby. So
Yeah.
for someone like me, okay, because I'm used to going into the gym and working out, what advice can you give me for some good exercises? And I'll tune in. I watched your workouts and they're really tough, by the way, for those of you that will tune in. But any advice on how to, people at home watching need to get a little workout in. They should tune in, of course, but any tips?
I hear about people say then the girls text me, Cris, it's really hard. My train is 20 minutes, like 5 rounds. Maybe before a couple minutes you stretch a little bit, already getting warm, doing jumping jacks for getting warm to do the workout. Everyone can do. You can do your speed. You don't need to be fast like me. Because this I don't put in repetition. I put seconds for you can do how many times you can do the time. And I love the workout, making me happy. And I think when you stay locked out inside the house, you're gonna go crazy. I think when you get out a little bit energy, get let your time break, I think you're gonna be perfect.
All right, I love it. I'll be there this Thursday. I'll check it out, and then I'm gonna go run up and down my stairs a couple of times, I think. Well, Cris Cyborg, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you taking the time. I guess we all have a lot more time now, but continue doing great things. Always a big fan and appreciate it, and hopefully see you real soon.
Thanks so much for the opportunity to be here. Thank you for share a little bit my life now, and I hope everyone at home be good. I'm gonna pray for everyone soon. We're gonna be better after this. Just have to believe and have faith. And Thursday I'm gonna be a workout live on my YouTube. And yeah, see you soon, guys. Thanks so much for being here for me.
Obrigado.
De nada.